In 1986, Dr. John Gottman built a love lab, a space where every gesture, every micro-expression, and every word was measured. He wasn't looking for a grand romantic gesture, he was looking for a formula. He sought a set of mathematical markers capable of predicting the fate of a couple with 91% accuracy, long before the vows are even spoken.
Rom-coms have done us all dirty. They capitalize on the idea that there is only one person for you, and until you find that person, you're screwed.
I think science seems to maybe suggest that you can measure compatibility, which I'm not all sure is true. I think science could help you find areas you maybe need to improve in your compatibility journey.
You're either fully compatible and soulmates, or slightly compatible or not compatible and not meant to be together.
I think compatibility is the peace that you get when you find that groove in a relationship. You don't have to worry about, is this gonna end tomorrow if I, flip an egg wrong? Is this the end of our relationship?
We just wanted to see if we put our relationship to the test, would we be Gottman's perfect couple?
Today, Lily and her fiancé are putting their own relationship through those same tests. They recently got engaged and are planning to get married later this summer. And now they are going to find out, are they building a partnership that can truly go the distance? Or is there a gap between the strength of their connection and the habits required to sustain it? Most people assume a good partner is someone who is there when things go wrong. But Dr. Shelley Gable discovered the opposite. The number one predictor of a high-performance relationship isn't how you weather the storm. It's how you celebrate the sun.
I think it's super easy to celebrate the big wins, obviously, because someone passes a test they were super stressed about passing. It's so easy to be like, that was amazing. But I think the things where someone's like, oh, this post got 100 views. At the beginning, 100 views is hard. The initial response is like, oh, that's great. Which is not necessarily the wrong response, but that versus well, that's fantastic. What are you gonna do next? Or finding a way to make them feel like you care about what they have to say. I think that's the challenge.
Psychologists call this capitalization, the intentional act of meeting good news with high energy hype. It is more than just a mood boost. It triggers a biological handshake, a simultaneous surge of oxytocin and dopamine that hardwires the connection.
Your relationship can be in a really great place if you just celebrate the big wins. But I think the next step to elevate your relationship is celebrating the small wins. And I think that's where life gets really, really sweet together.
In these moments, you aren't just sharing a story. You are sharing a neurological victory that tells both brains you're exactly where you belong.
Guess what?
What?
I finished my paper.
Really?
Yeah. I was pretty proud of myself.
Yeah, you should be.
14 pages.
Wow, that's a lot of pages.
Yeah. Guess what? I finished my 15-page paper.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I did.
15 pages.
Yes.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
That's amazing.
I know.
We should celebrate.
We should. How did it feel when I walked in and shared my win, and then you reacted negatively and then positively? What was the difference in how you felt?
I thought that I was going to feel the same way because I was just playing a part, obviously. But I think it just shows the power of your mind, because when I was playing the part of the uninterested wife, or fiance, call it what you want,
Wow.
all of a sudden, I genuinely didn't really care. But when I was just being myself, I love hearing your wins. It's the best part of my day, because your wins are my wins. How did it make you feel when I was not supportive of your win?
I think it made me a bit why am I even talking? I should have just gone and showered and gone to bed or something like that. Not that extreme, but
Yeah.
It just makes you feel defeated.
Do you think that's why so many guys are seen as not uninterested, but...
I think that it's already an unsafe world to usually just share your how your day was and be emotional about it. And so I think when the person that's supposed to be your safe place isn't that, I'm not saying it's the women's fault for for guys being down and unemotional, that's their fault. But like, I think that it's very easy to reinforce their quietness about their emotions when it's kind of completely ignored, and vice versa for girls. And so it goes both ways.
The human mind isn't a fixed point. It's a shifting landscape of stressors, secret dreams, and evolving fears. In the Love Lab, researchers found that the healthiest couples possess something that they call a love map, an intricate, constantly updating blueprint of their partner's internal world. When you know the specific weight of your partner's current stressors, their upcoming deadlines or anxieties, you are significantly less likely to misinterpret an off moon as a personal attack on you.
Honestly, I was confused when I first heard it, but the more I learned about it, the more I realized that every couple should have a love map. And the more complex and detail-oriented your love map is, the better your relationship is.
You know, now that I hear about it, the love map does seem to make a lot of sense. I never thought of it like a map before, but I always loved keeping track of the people I love. So this wasn't like a foreign concept, it was just a word I never heard put on it. But you take like all of the most important things in their life, and that makes them who they are.
It is called cognitive complexity. It is the difference between knowing your partner's history and knowing their heart today. Because the person you married last year isn't necessarily the person sitting across from you right now.
I don't think there's anything he doesn't know. Can't keep a secret from that guy.
Who's been giving me the hardest time recently? Spot on.
Yes. Hopefully that changes sometime soon. Who's the person that brings me the most angst? It's Lily. Just kidding.
You wish.
Yep. That would be it.
Okay, what have I been working on the most recently?
No, I know that. There's like 3 that it could be. Okay, I'm gonna try.
Yes.
Is that it?
Duh.
Okay, there was like 3. I wasn't sure which one was number 1. I'm 2 for 2. I'm winning. What's one goal of mine that I want to accomplish before I die? Yeah, I think that's gotta be my number 1. Oh, you know me.
Duh.
Well, for me, that was quite intimidating. Knowing, I think, your priorities and all that stuff, like explicitly in order, even if it changes sometimes, keeping up to date on that is really important. So that's something I think I'm gonna work on, is trying to do that more.
I think honestly when we're young, that's when things update so quickly and can change like within a day. So just carving out time and like intentional space to connect and ask deep questions and be ready for answers that you weren't prepared for is really important.
Yeah, I completely agree.
If the love map is the blueprint of a relationship, this final test is the foundation. In the Love Lab, researchers discovered a mathematical constant in every successful couple, the magic ratio. While stable couples maintain a 5-to-1 ratio during conflict, the real surprise is their non-conflict daily life, where the ratio climbs to a staggering 20-to-1. It is not just about surviving the big arguments. It's about the volume of small, positive +1s you bank. When that emotional bank account is full, you enter a state called positive sentiment override. Think of it as a literal filter for your brain. It allows you to overlook small annoyances because your baseline is so high that the noise of a bad day never changes the signal of the love.
I think the golden ratio is an awesome start because I think so many couples aren't even focused on the number of how many times they celebrate wins together and have beautiful moments compared to the really rough moments. I think life gets busy and all of a sudden your fights start to outweigh your great moments.
There are times where it's like that, but I think the idea of shooting for 20-to-1 is quite exciting because I think that 20-to-1 means maybe I have like 30 memorable moments in a day and only 1 to 2 of them were negative. That would be like fantastic.
I would love to see an even more golden ratio where it's more like 50 good moments to 1 bad moment.
And I think that applying that to your relationship life, not just your daily life, that means you got to make time to have moments, because the ones you make time for usually will be the good ones, and the ones that are bad are the ones that you didn't make time for. They just happened. Usually you don't make time for a bad moment, so.
If you start to celebrate the little wins like they're big wins, then it's more realistic. It's also connected to your ability to see the good in life.
When life gets extra hard, you don't go bankrupt, because you've mastered the art of the reset. You know exactly how to reach out and bring each other back to the center before a bad moment becomes a bad day. Compatibility isn't the absence of conflict, it's the presence of a buffer. We can afford to be human and messy in the low moments because we've invested so deeply in the high ones.
I think we used to worry a lot about the state of our relationship, and is it a healthy one? Are we meant for each other?
I think I used to be one of those people who believes that you're either compatible or you're not. And with past boyfriends, I would be like, wow, we're just not compatible. And then I would break up with them. And now I think compatibility is more of a mentality rather than a number on a test.
For me and Lily, I think that we've been, even before this test, trying to do a lot of these things without actually explicitly labeling them as such. I think the big benefit of this is to give yourself a toolkit to help you remember to care and love and build your relationship with your partner.
Being compatible has more to do with the way you approach life and the way you are able to celebrate together. Because if you can't celebrate together, you're not going to have a great life together.
I think you can arrive at a healthy relationship, but you can never arrive at a perfect relationship. I think that you're always building and continuing to grow, and also everybody always changes throughout their whole life, so you have to keep adapting. Like, you can build it once, it could be even perfect for a moment, and then a week later it will not be perfect anymore. And I think you should just go for the healthy, solid one that Dr. Gauman would have loved.
The Love Lab gives them the data, but it cannot capture the weight of a look across a crowded room, or the way the noise finally stops when you're in total sync. It cannot measure the grace of a partner who sees your stress and chooses to meet it with an olive branch instead of an argument. The best relationships aren't discovered, they are built. They are made in the small plus ones, the accepted repairs, and the relentless decision to turn towards each other when it would be easier to turn away. Because in the end, the math is simple. You don't need a perfect equation, you just need a partner who never stops choosing you.